Good afternoon and happy Saturday, Free Enterprise fans, and welcome to our Baron's Heroes Journey race. I am Alicel and I am joined here by Alchemy. How are you doing today?
I am doing great. I am really excited about the this Brown's Heroes Journey flag set starring Edge. Edge, he's an angry boy. He doesn't care about saving the world. He only cares about revenge. So we're just gonna be, defeating some bosses, doing the required hook route, forging his ultimate weapon in quotation marks, and we're done. We don't even have to fight Romans. Wow.
And it looks like we've got some revenge here, taking out Edge's parents, taking out Rubicant, taking out 1/4 Rubicant. Yeah, this should be a great time.
Yeah, the big one of the big things about this flag set is that it's T standard, so there is no weighting in the chest. That means that every chest could have the same like item values. It's all a massive grab bag. Everything has the exact same odds of appearing, but it's not every item. It's only up until tier 4 or 5. Chad may correct me. And the other big thing is that Be Unsafe is on, so dangerous bosses may block the way underground, which could be nasty. But to mitigate that a bit, just start with Edge, which is really good. And Adamant Armor's on, so go bonkers with that. Have fun.
Yep, just find yourself an adamant armor, find yourself an ultimate edge weapon, and I don't think anything on the overworld can really be that bad.
Oh yeah, they're always gonna be a joke because you have Edge. You can just flame everything, which is intended. You're just supposed to search for good equipment and characters in order to take out the hook route because it's mandatory. So Edge should make the overworld a non-issue. And I said like ultimate weapon in quotations because part of Edge's weapon pile that he can get is scrap metal, a throwing weapon with a whooping attack of 1.
But it does look like we are off and we are joined
Nice.
by Kane.
Oh wow, starting hook. Wow. Also really good grab bags.
Yep, those are some hourglasses. It is permajoin, so you have to decide, do you really want Mr. Patently Average?
Well, here's the thing. Since you do have to go down the Evelyn K and do the hook route, you're gonna need some firepower to defeat whatever is down there. So I think taking K might not be like a bad choice. You might find like a really good axe or a really good lance, defense sword, something to deal with that. And K-Trap is on, so you're going to be getting some good equipment. Kane really benefits from that. So I think it's a very, a good, a decent choice, yeah.
And it looks like Tybalt is going to start off by doing a little looting, maybe seeing who's here in the Baron Inn, whereas Ninja is going to go ahead and take on Hobbs.
Strength ring at the Baron Inn. You love to see it. That Edge is going to do some major damage now. Vanilla Mob Bomb. It begins. The vanilla begins.
Yeah. Mom Bomb, but a Rosa. Rosa is great because healing is great. Heroin Rope Rosa is great. All of it is great.
All white mages are great characters because they're white mages, basically. But Rosa is by far the best one. Big HP pool, decent strength stat, like the best willpower stat. Just phenomenal. So that's really lucky. Baigen on Tibble's side is probably to be a non-issue, thankfully.
Yep, very quickly getting through that Baigen, but we do see a sparkle here. Is this going to be? This is a Wyvern.
What's the opener gonna be? I love that freeze of like a second where the player does nothing, like their gears are turning. Oh my, what's that wall? As the opener?
Now, was that his starting wall, or was that Um,
No, it was Wyvern. Wyvern song. Oh well, I made this. Yeah, well, I made this a long time ago. To be fair, and then sometimes the flags do like blur together. Wyvern song. That's very dangerous, actually. Oh, but Edge is really good.
yep, and the magic power in that spot is pretty laughable. So just that nuke just straight up missed, and we find a pan. I love an early pan. Would you at this point fade Fabul?
Oh man. Like, here's the thing. I know we're gonna be hitting some trap chests, so you need resources to take on those trap chests. So I would wanna, and since it's T standard, all of the key item chests have a really good, key item checks have a really good chance of being a phenomenal weapon, like tier two, from 6 to 8 or something, like no matter where. So Chlorine Fabul could be like, I don't know, Masamune, White Spear, like something really good, So it's tempting to not fate Fabul and instead like do like a double dip instead of a single dip.
Tybalt, Tybalt, you need to fight those.
Also, shoutouts to Ninja finding Inan Lion on a far off chest, just a curse ring, phenomenal.
Curse Ring is a excuse me, is a great item. Especially since Edge is such a fast anchor, and since this is Sea Hero, Edge is our anchor. So
Indeed.
you might need him to slow down just a teeny tiny bit.
Yeah, because Edge being really fast is phenomenal for the overworld, because it means all of the bosses are really slow because the bosses aren't that fast with a couple of exceptions. So, and Edge is really strong, so you like whack him a lot. Like, he gets a lot of turns compared to the bosses. But when you go to the underground, the bosses get really, really like ridiculously fast. So it makes agility manipulation really complicated having a really fast Edge. But with the curse ring, he can slow down. Oh wow, that's a gold base in Unlion. Wow, that's a really bad spot for gold base. No. Okay, it's a bad spot not because it's really hard, but because it's really annoying in this early on. He can't take himself out, I don't think.
Well, I think the Edge here will give him a little hand. E-Ninja having the heads up play of taking out that Rosa before Shadow Dragon comes out, so you know the two characters that you are going to have available are going to be that Kane and that Edge.
Indeed. Oh, T-Bolt going up the tower side. Now, I love this play because it's you only need to find 3 bosses. He already found 1. And there is a trap chest here, and K trap is on. So it's 2 checks for the price of 1. Like, beautiful. And there they are.
Yep, fighting that flame dog. Vanilla traps are on, so Tybalt knew exactly where this flame dog was going to be and gets a swoon with that assassin dagger.
Nice. You'll have to see it. Wow, there it is already. Nice. White spear for Kane. Wow, how serendipitous the first trap is. Okay, I get the white spear and I'm not going to Fabul. I'm fading Fabul with that white spear personally. I don't need more checks. I don't think.
Absolutely. And Tybalt deciding, okay, I'm going to hit Damsian, probably hit the mini treasury here. Oh, yeah, waterfall. Yeah, you want to check that.
Okay, that's Bahamut. Not interested. Okay, so E-Ninja got the crystal. Reminder. Wing game is on. There is no Ceremus. No Neobari. No. There is no Ceremus fighting. No Siflex. The crystal only does nothing except do a like a non-damaging magic attack or whatever. It's just a key item for the key item count. But shoutouts to 2018 3 Enterprise, where this could happen and was the default, and you did fight Ceremus with an hand lion cave crystal. Shoutouts.
Yeah, there was nothing better than starting with a darkness crystal and finding the crystal in the antlion cave, and then you panic.
Wow, what a time. Ooh, and Ninja choosing to go ahead and go do Fabul. But to be fair, he hasn't found the pan yet because I was in the Baron. Well,
And
this
finding
might be
another
a fast
required
one,
boss.
folks. This might be a fast one, folks. That's 2 out of 3 bosses. Launch the Falcon is required because Force Hook is on. We only need to find the elements and the pieces of the forge. Wow, this
Now,
might be Jetty. Might.
now Forge could be, both pieces could be in some place like Sylph Cave, where Sylph Cave is a lot more miserable when you can't slow anchor and you don't have a palm.
Yup, correct. That is very much that was very much on purpose on my part. You cannot get with those trap chests. But it's okay because you don't have to fight Ceramus. It's okay. You'll suffer, but it'll stop. I promise. There's no need for Ceramus. Artemis bow from the Fabul King is absolutely phenomenal for the Rosa. That Rosa's gonna do big damage, especially if we find a heroin rope for her.
Definitely, if we can find a heroin robe for this Rosa, she will be out damaging that cane very easily.
Yep, pretty handily too. Yeah, because the Artemis bow gives like 10 strength and agility, and then the heroin rope is like another 15 to strength, and she's gonna be like breaking stuff. Tybalt, of course, taking that Rosa as well. I mean, yeah, who wouldn't? I wonder if Ninja is going to go ahead and do Baron Ying. It seems like they're like, treading the same ground here, which makes sense. You wanna get as powerful as possible before tackling the trap chest in Avalon Castle.
Now, I do think we started with some hourglasses.
Indeed.
So you really only need 2 characters, especially if one of those characters is Edge, or 3 characters for those trap chests.
That is fair. Or like those ogres punch so hard. I would rather have some HPs, you know. but you're correct. Especially with Edge, they might be too slow, and you may get the first turn. I don't know for sure. You know, both Ninja and Tybalt down Rosa for the Golbez fight, showing just the sheer knowledge that these players have about the randomizer. Because, as we stated earlier, Golbez only kills or like KOs characters down to 2 left. So if you defeat them by randomly, so if you down the one you don't care to use, you keep the ones you are going to use alive. So it's fine. You manipulate the script in a way.
And E-Ninja also doing what we've all done and just automatically thrown up a Star Veil, even when you don't realize something like Wyvern or Witchburn are on.
Now,
by Kane.
Yeah, I've always liked to say that Wyvern might at times be harder than just like regular Wyvern, because it's real nice just throwing up a Star Veil or 2 and having Wyvern take himself out with like in quad 9s. But here you actually have to fight Wyvern. You can't chase him with Mega Flare. You just have to deal with his reflect nukes. And it's nice once in a while. And it's dangerous.
Yeah, unfortunately, E-Ninja getting not nearly as lucky with this fight does take the Rosa out, but there's no XP in this spot anyway, so it's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. There's his pan. We'll see if Tybalt decides to go to Fabul or not, or if he's fading it. It seems like he's fading it. Wait, is he? Oh, huh. Oh, right. You know, I completely forgot that Orgias was a thing. you get like laser focus on a thing. Whoops. Yeah, there's a whole dungeon here. Yeah, who knew?
A dungeon with 3 bosses too. So
Indeed.
if this is, say, the element spot, then we are just in a key item hunt at that point.
Yep. This was intended to be a scavenger hunt of both bosses and key items. Well, it might just be a scavenger hunt of just key items. Ooh, a ninja with the long sword grab from the Chocobo Forest. Shoutouts to a ninja. Uh-oh.
That's a blue robe.
The pause. That was a pause before the fight was. I know it wasn't. Yeah, dang it. Well, this is fine. Nothing to worry about here. I was so excited too.
We'll just find the other blue robe on the other side because the back attack spot is so much worse.
It is. I was just like, I love in quotations the blue robe, like the alt gauntlet here in Ordeals with an edge start or whatever, because flame doesn't help you because of the ghost absorbing fire. It's the worst.
Yeah, and in the back attack spot, you are always going to get punched by
Yep.
everything at least once.
It takes a while, and you gotta be a little bit non-squishy. Oh, dolls.
That's all right. It
Whoa.
can still be in the top room where Edge is by himself. But dolls are not that worrisome here. Although they did just kill that Rosa.
I mean, she was in the front row and stuff, so that makes sense. The thing is that, yeah, there it is, changing the assassin dagger, because the assassin dagger has a minus has a penalty to wisdom, I believe. So that flame did actual decent damage instead of doing nothing. Instead of like tickling them. Really heads up play from Tybalt. Yeah, minus 10 wisdom or something like that. Yeah, so a decent penalty.
I mean, at this level, minus 10 to wisdom, that's like half your wisdom.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, indeed. So really, really good heads up play, and Ninja is like just right behind him, just following his every step. They're like neck and neck. Well, that's just like old apple. That's fine. That's Kainazo. That's also fine. Wow. We're getting some luck with the bosses today. We'll see if that changes down the hook route or not, where it counts.
Well, at least you know, hey, I'm not going to fight Wyvern. I'm not going to fight the turtle. I'm just going to fight hopefully something that isn't nearly as bad. And
Yep.
Edge being so fast here, Kainazo doesn't even get to raise the wave.
Not only is Edge fast, he has like an assassin dagger on, which also gives a bonus agility. I don't know if it's 3 or 5. I'm just doing in case he put another one on. that didn't change the turn order or whatever, but it's just funny to me. Like, oh, you think I'm fast? Well, check this out. Whole Florsland Media. Thank you very much, Tybalt.
But Tybalt is finished here with Ordeals. Unfortunately, didn't find anything of real value here other than a little bit of knowledge about what's not in the hook route.
You know, that peace of mind that you get when it's like, it's not gonna be Kinetsu. That's, that's something. That's a really intangible feeling that you get. IMO Ordeals completely worth it just for that feeling of elation that, I don't have to deal with this clown anymore.
And Tybalt retrieving his hovercraft, I suspect we are going to see him start on those trap chests in Eplin.
Completely ignored Fabul Gauntlet, I believe. Very, very nice.
I like this play.
Me too.
But I love to single dip the Self Cave.
Yep. Notice how he equipped the crystal ring on Edge on top of the 2 assassin daggers. I think he might be wanting to make him so obscenely fast that Edge gets the first turn and so gets the hourglass off before they even cue attack song. We'll see if that works out for Tybalt.
And let's see, are we fast enough? We are doing a little bit of
Yeah, for the fire spell,
manipulation.
I believe. He went into sneak instead of the. Oh, he didn't use the hourglass. He's just getting them on right ahead. He's just fighting them. Well, that's fair.
I can definitely see this. You may want to save those hourglasses for trap chests that you can't one-shot most of the enemies, and with nice damage roll there, Kane. Nice damage roll.
Yeah, I think he equipped something for the damage. I forget what.
The rune axe, which
Yeah, there we go.
if you're not in the middle slot with the rune axe, you question your life
Yeah.
choices.
Yeah, that accuracy is rough. I guess, there's a good chance that you will have to fight a lot of trap chests. So I understand the desire from Tybalt to not use, an hourglass and try to save it, because Edge is really strong and King is decently strong too. But also, that was the Darkness Crystal. We can go up to the moon if we wanted to, for some reason.
There's character up there?
Indeed. There is a character up there. There's also 3 key item checks up there. Wait, 2 and another one in the giant.
If you have to go to the giant to get your pieces of forge, that just feels bad.
Yeah, but I can't control that. It's the C generation being like, hey, do you want to go to the giant? No? Oh, you're never gonna go to the giant. Well, enjoy full clearing the seed until you realize that that's the last thing you gotta do. Bye. Okay, so for the Black Cats and the Lamia, Tybalt did opt for using an hourglass, because the Black Cats with the blaster or blaster ability, they're really dangerous, and Lamia can confuse the party members as well. So that's fair.
And we picked up the rat tail from that chest. And here is the last trap chest in Eblin. I believe that we picked up an ogre axe on somebody's side. That ogre axe is going to do some work.
Mm-hmm. A ninja going ahead and defeating the monster boxes himself. Like they are pretty much like neck and neck for the most part.
Yep, they both have one piece of knowledge that the other one doesn't. Tybalt knows that King Queen Eblin is there in Mist, and E-Ninja knows that the Rubicant fight is there in Eblin, or not Eblin, Fabul.
Mm-hmm. And we'll see if this is anything. 3 for 3? 3 for 3? 3 for 3. Let's go. Baron Key. That unlocks a shop. That is a gated weapon and armor shop that could contain some pretty decent equipment. I believe up to, I think ninja swords are tier 5. I mean, they're obscenely expensive. I think they're one of the most expensive tier 5 items, if not the most expensive. But that is a possibility.
But even long swords at this point, I think the best we have is a middle sword on Tybalt's side, and long swords are only 19,000.
Yeah, they're pretty decent. Ninja did get defined one longsword in the Chocobo Forest, which is nice. Glass Hat, people tend to dismiss the Glass Hat because it only gives physical defense. It doesn't have, doesn't give bonuses to stats, because in Free Enterprise of Final Fantasy IV in general, a good defense is an even better offense. Like, if the enemy is dead, he can't punch you anymore. So you tend to prefer offensive equipment items that give you stat boosts. But the glass helmet, the glass mask, as it's called in localizations, has bonkers physical defense and physical evade. It's just really good. And we still have to go down to the hook route, which where King Queen Evelyn is waiting with an extremely high attack power, and it's gonna punch real bad, most likely.
You definitely have chat calling for, excuse me, calling for DKC into Val on that.
Oh boy.
On that hook route. That glass hat, there ain't nothing that's going to help you with that DKC other than just sheer HP.
Yup. And even against Val, he's just gonna use Tornado or like Weak in your party, and it's gonna be like 7 HP. Which again, in the back row with Edge or someone with a decent defense, you might still get hit for 1. But even then, that's 1 hit out of 7, and he might weak you again and put you at 3. So even then, the glass hat doesn't really do much work against Balbales in a nasty spot. Ooh, Tibalt's doing the charge check. Nice.
We can have something like a Foo here, and Foo would definitely be a great addition to this party.
Well,
Palom would be a great addition to this party too.
you may not be able or find it really hard to set up agility manipulation setups to defeat trap chests in like 1 turn before the enemy's attack or whatever. But Quake is Quake. Quake is really useful, and this is Quake Kid. And Nuke is really good too.
I think Tybalt said no to that Quake Kid though. Is just going to commit to going ahead and having the 3 of these and maybe hoping for a Foo out there.
Well, C-Buy is not on, so it may just be a thing of I am not committed yet. Like, he may be in my party, but we don't know yet. Like, maybe he's waiting for some more characters. He doesn't know what his final party is gonna look like, which is fine. He can come back to Mysidia, to the Tower of Wishes, and pick whoever's up there. That's a free boss, isn't it? Huh.
Yep, it is either Baron Guards or Kaipo Guards. Kaipo Guards would be preferred, but they are both hourglassable.
Yup, that they are. So no reason why not. There might be an argument here for like, even if you can do it, doesn't mean you should do it now. Like, having an increased damage output might make this fight go even faster if you do it later as opposed to right now. But the other side of the argument is, hey, it's a key item, it's free in quotations. I have assassin daggers. It's big EXP too. So both sides of the argument are pretty valid.
And we do see Tybalt throwing out a life glitch there on the front guard, so getting even more experience. Rosa is going to learn lots of spells. Berserk, Blank, that's all you need for the early game.
Yep. That is very nice. I mean, less nice because Tybalt already has a light spear, but since he's keeping Edge in the center slot, that defense sword with increased accuracy is gonna do some real nice work.
I am definitely team defense sword over team white spear. Just as a personal thing. I guess it's just being an older school runner, and the white spear doesn't do bonus damage to the lunar dragons like it should, in my opinion.
That's so weird. Every time it's like, huh? Aren't you like Holy Spear or whatever? Come on.
But looks like E-Ninja is going to go ahead and be the first of our runners down that hook route, while Tybalt goes ahead and checks the hairdryer's chest.
Wow, real early, huh? I believe that the hairdryers, the prokaryotes and eukaryotes, are immune to instant death because of personal lived experience. So I don't think that Zoom proc is gonna help. It is gonna just be damage. You can still stop them.
And they are still going to hit very, very hard.
Yup, that they are. This is, after all, an endgame enemy that Tybalt is challenging real early on. I mean, if this pays off, it could Tibble could pop off hard with a nice key item find that Ninja might not check until way later because, it is a late game check or intended to be.
I think definitely something like the Legend Sword or the Adamant here would really just be a huge payoff for Tybalt because nobody wants to come check this. This is so out of the
Yeah.
way.
I mean, I do like this because you clear out the moon and you never have to come back to the moon ever again. Now, asterisk on that, this is still a boss hunt. So you are going to need to find elements. Elements could be in the lunar subterranean. Like, would you face check the lunar subterranean to never have to set foot on the moon again? Or would you let it sit back on the back of your mind like, oh, elements could be here, but there's so many other checks?
I personally would go ahead, get off the moon, because it is such a long time to face check.
It is, yeah. I mean, but I guess it is a gamble. Like, this is a capital G gamble. Like, wow, what if you find the elements, at some spot on the moon? I mean, you still have to defeat it, of course, and that's no easy feat, considering some of those phases can be quite nasty when you can't exploit their weaknesses. But I mean, Tybalt's like nickname around these parts is Tybalt the Gambler, so I wonder if he's gonna go for it.
I think he might be going for the giant.
Oh boy, he's going for the giant. Of course, Tybalt is going for the giant. Oh, what a guy. This guy right here.
And Ninja finding out that it is Ashura in the second location. With that rune axe, this cane is going to do a lot of work as long as you've still got some star veils left.
Yeah, Asura at the spot has a lot of HP to come, and agility is a little wonky with Edge to keep that life lock going where you attack and then, because you keep attacking her right as the phase changes. It's always gonna be the life one phase, but timing has to be rather tight actually. The other option, like making penny in the booth here, Alicel mentioned, is Starvels, because you can Starvel yourself, give yourself wall or reflect, and then use another one to reflect that onto Asura, so all her healing bounces off on you, because Rosa doesn't know wall or reflect yet.
And that rune axe is going to do double damage to that mage, although definitely want to put Kane in the middle with that because it's still a rune axe. It still has that major penalty to accuracy. But Tybalt's going to check this first boss here in the element spot.
What if it's free? What if it's free? Like the oh, almost. Where's that Cecil?
That's like adjacent free if we find the Cecil. Otherwise, that's going to hit kind of hard.
Yeah, but that knowledge, I love this play. I love knowledge plays that pay off. They're some of my favorites in this video game. Oh, Last Storm is here too, huh? I mean, yes, of course, I know it's here, but I'm just shocked that Tybalt is going for him right now without that Cecil. That's tricky.
Again, if this is part of your forge, the chances of your opponent checking this is so much lower. And Last Storm isn't that hard.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Magnet does like a big stop on the character, right?
I actually have no idea what Magnet does because I don't mess with the Last Arm, because the last time I did that, I wiped because of reasons.
That's fair. Ooh, E-Ninja finding the pink tail on the Tower of Babel. Meanwhile, Tybalt finding the Earth Crystal on the last arm chest. That's huge.
You walk that out because you walk that out.
I mean, gosh darn it. It's only I mean, it's 2 character checks. Okay, fair. It's 2 character checks that you just found out at Yang that you can bypass for free, in quotations, with just a Cecil and some decent amount of HP. I'm checking the other crystal. It's also 1 boss, which is not a lot in the grand scheme of things, but it's exit on Rosa too. Good thinking from John Birkert and in chat. That's pretty important too, actually. We haven't found exits in shops, I think.
Yeah, it's Earth Crystal is huge. You have the treasury, and you could definitely spike some very nice items from that treasury. Or you
I
can just
mean,
ignore it.
it's T standard. I don't think. I mean, the chances of finding good stuff in that treasury are the same as finding good stuff anywhere else. Sadly.
Oh yeah, it's T standard. Never mind. Nobody checks that treasury.
Fade that treasury.
And we find a pale dim here. This is a very painful doot.
Wow. Yeah, it's gonna be painful, right? Ouch. Ouchie, ouch.
And Pale Dim going directly for everybody you don't want Pale Dim to go directly for. Now,
And
I don't think
who's
Tybalt
waiting here?
checked this, but
That's
only finding
true.
Dr. Lugay.
That's true. He backed out after getting the flame dog chest, huh? Interesting. Ouch. In India, having to reload the save file. Dang it. Yeah, having to slow down the battle speed. That's fair.
Well, it makes sense that you have to slow down the fight where the boss does nothing but cast slow when you hit it.
Yeah.
But Tybalt showing off why getting Berserk on Rosa is so critical. Because you just let Edge hit things really hard.
Indeed. I'm liking that finally Edge and Kane are getting some decent HP values. Rosa too, because Rosa's the beefiest white magic in the existence of Final Fantasy pretty much, from my understanding. She has so much HP for a white mage. And I don't foresee any issues with the Dr. Luge fight. And India on the other side, that Pale Dim continues being a nuisance. And Ninja doesn't have a defense sword or a white spear, which it makes that a little trickier. But hey, Kane just took 1 damage. That's a glass hat I'm presuming that he put on Kane, because 1 damage is nothing.
Yep. Kane definitely having a little bit more defense here. Unfortunately, haven't found anything that can back row that Kane at this point. So does have to keep him in the front row. I think if we found an item to back row him, it would be a guaranteed 1 damage.
I think the only item that can back row Kane is the Dwarf Axe, right, chat? I think that's the other one. That's the only one, pretty much. So there's a Jiang. I don't think Jiang is a good choice because, you know, no K-Moon, no Ceramus. There's the Fupa, there's Fusoya. Nice. You love to see it.
Yep. But E-Ninja getting through that Pale Dim, GG's to him. That is a very tough fight and is definitely going to go save. You don't want to have to run that roulette again.
We have an emote for that one. We don't want to use it. It's funny.
But Tybalt finding the element spot, this is hard required. You have to do the last arm.
Oh my god. I can't believe the pull Tybalt did by going to the giant early. Oh my god, Tybalt. I can't believe, like, this guy. I know I said it earlier, but this guy. He can keep getting away with this.
Taking that gamble and getting super rewarded with that, knows I don't have to go back to the moon and face check anything. Well, doesn't know that yet, but once you go underground, you are not skipping the full defense.
Yeah, exactly. He's gonna go underground, do the pan, and he's gonna find Rubicante as Fabul, and he's gonna be like, "Oh, the LSD is nothing. Moon is haunted. Bye." Tybalt the Gambler, indeed. That was adamant, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. That is a super extra, totally required.
Ow! Double
That,
required. Lost on chest. How can this seed generator keep doing this to me personally? He's attacking me.
that was also probably the most value that's ever been found in a
Oh my
in a
god.
Tower of Zod.
That was absolutely like ridiculous. I can't believe this video game. Folks, you should join the Restream team so you can roll seeds like this and then laugh really hard. It's all worth it, I promise. All the hard work is completely worth it. Please come hang out in the Discord, join the Restream team, get in the booth, get restreaming, roll seeds. It's very funny. It's the funniest thing. I laugh every week.
I just roll hard required alt gauntlets at the Ogopogo spot.
Nice.
But Tybalt saying, okay, I'm gonna keep following some of these chains. I still don't feel comfortable going underground and still looking for that Cecil.
Yeah, I think that's the big thing. He's looking for the Cecil. And that's the first party spot is reserved for Cecil. Maybe he's taking a nap in Kaipo? We don't know yet. But until we get the Sand Ruby, it's kind of a moot point anyways. Even the knowledge, I don't think in this case, as much as I love doing knowledge checks, I don't think it's worth it for Kaipo bed. It's kind of out of the way. But even then, I mean, you have Fusoya. You can get through the underground, like the hook route. Fusoya and a strong edge and Kane, you're fine. So this is definitely a Cecil check, I think.
Ooh, and E-Ninja unfortunately getting the wrong timing on that, on the lifelock. The lifelock is extremely hard to do, especially if you have any sort of weird agility, like an edge in the overworld. It's your hero.
Like, if people that play this game a lot and who know the tech make life locking look so easy, like straight up. When back at the CC5, the last summer tournament we had, I think I encountered an Asura and I was like, oh, I've seen hundreds of life locks. I can probably pull it off just by watching them. I know what I'm doing. I can do it. I'm sure I can do it. Spoiler alert, I did not. I did not know how to do it. I messed it up so bad. The timing is so like precise, and you need a good agility setup. Edge is not a good agility setup.
And finding a Sid. Sid is not Cecil.
Bye. Bye. Goodbye.
But we do still have the key item check here and the basement boss, which I suspect Tybalt will go ahead and check. Still looking for that Rubicant, but probably hoping it's not there in the basement.
Shoutouts to my buddy Monk C from the After Years. That was a statue of him. He's one of my favorite characters. Jokes aside, the thing is, maybe he doesn't need the Cecil. You know what I mean? Because as soon as he finds that Rubicante, he's gonna know that there is nothing he cares about on the giant behind that giant.
And E-Ninja backing out, deciding I don't have any Star Veils and that Asura is just going to be difficult, but remembers, hey, I didn't do this chest down here. This could have something of value.
Also, he really wanted to push, his power level, like in Dragon Ball Z. He can't just go ahead and grab that pink tail and grab that adamant armor and come back. It's a bit of a time sink, but it's gonna ensure that Asura goes down. Oh boy!
No.
The instant reset from the old gauntlet at the Baron basement. I believe that since Odin in that spot is around the power level of the bosses in the Feymark, then those are like Feymark enemies, right?
It is 5 summoners.
Oh boy. What a hacking tag team.
Don't ask why I know that off the top of my head. It's terrible. I hate the problem there.
There is like a lot of like hidden emotion behind those words. There is a tale there. But Tybalt finally deigning himself to go down the old Avalon Cave.
This totally makes sense, and he has got the power level. He has got a Murasame for that edge. He is going to sell everything that's not nailed down.
Keep your inventories free. Coffins for the trap chest. I mean, you have Fusoya. I don't know if you need that, but I guess it's good to have. Also, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, keep your inventory slots free. Just sell everything. It's it's whatever. You don't want to see the inventory was, as we like to call it.
And Tybalt finding a Dwarf Axe for sale can back row that cane like we talked about earlier. So you could put that cane in the back row, or if you have something like CPU in any spot, cane will do full damage.
That is so nice. I mean, he can jump, which is also really nice. So you can just jump on CPU. But having cane back road for CPU and you can berserk him if you want to go YOLO strats, it's so nice. Jump a ninja, opting to get that adamant. Asura won't know what it's gonna hit her. Well, probably she does a bunch of ninja swords. Fair, but still.
And putting that on edge, let's just make him even faster. But adamant armor, of course, being the ultimate piece of equipment in Final Fantasy IV. Very hard to get in the base game because you have to get a pink tail from the pink puffs. And it takes a long time, especially if you don't have sirens.
Do know that it's not that it takes a long time. It just could take a long time because the drop rate is abysmal. So don't get it twisted. It's not like a long quest line or whatever. No, it's just complete random chance and it sucks. But here, it's just a key item that you find that you get, and without the flag no adamants on, would you just get another armor? Because we're nice here at Free Enterprise, in case you haven't noticed. Just like tooting around horn a little bit.
Yeah, see, I love nothing more than adamant armors, but of course, being the piece of equipment that it is, thanks, Tybalt. Just don't take me in your party. I won't take it personally. But adamant armors are pretty powerful and kind of make a lot of things trivial. So it makes sense why we do turn it off for most things, but sometimes it's just nice to have.
Yeah, indeed. We had a whole tournament about adamant armors being on in a competitive setting called the Adamant Cup. That was last year's spring tournament. Everything's on YouTube, by the way. You can go check it out. It's really good. All the matches are super hype. And that was a lot of fun. I put the adamant armors on in this one because I was deathly afraid of having to, fight something super nasty at the Hood Route or the Baron basement or something like that. Seems like our racers don't really need it. Yeah, I mean, in the sense that it could have been so much worse. Like the potential was off the charts for the generation being awful. That's the entire reason why I left it on.
Fu, please. You had one job, and that was to get that off slot stone.
Listen, Fusoya has a lot of wisdom, but come on, he can't make miracles. Fire Blizzard, our tracker, being a smarty pants and saying, "Are you sure it wasn't called the Evelyn Castle tournament?" Real clever. I see what you did there.
Look, Look, yes, that's true.
Oh, and there's Thibault's pink tail, but I don't think, yeah, he's not backing out to pick that up. He can, most likely, knowing Thibault and, the routing, he will most likely grab the pink tail at the adamant armor on the way to Fabul once he does the pan check. Seems the most likely scenario.
Honestly, with this party setup he has, he might not even take the time to check that pink tail. Knows he's got some pretty big competition in this race. Even though Tybalt and E Ninja are our featured racers, we have, let me check. We have 4 entrants in this race. So we have 2 people who are running off stream, and you don't want to give them any time if you don't have to.
Absolutely. And these two racers, I believe it's Scythe Marshall and the Puzzle Morpheus, they are really good. So, you know what you're up against. So, I didn't even consider the possibility of not picking up the adamant armor, because in my head it's like a no-brainer, like, oh, it's adamant armor, just gotta pick it up. It's bonkers. It's 15 to every single stat. It has absurd physical and magic defense. It's the best thing ever since sliced bread, as they say. But you have a really good party. You have a really strong party. There's nothing on the Lunar terrain you need to go grab. Well, Thibault will know that. Maybe you don't need it. You're right. But, Fate March is still a big question, but we'll see.
And we see that it looks like Tybalt is not even going to worry about trying to lifelock and just throw as much damage at this Asura as humanly possible, as quickly as possible.
That's fair. Ooh, there's the Cure 4. Dang, that was a big heal, wasn't it? Dang. 9k damage heal. Oof, you hate to see it. There's the life one. That's gonna life lock it, I believe. Oh, does Kane have a mute knife?
Kane has a rune axe.
Oh,
Kane
right,
is
the rune
angry.
axe. All right, the rune axe. No wonder why he's going for it. That rune axe is just like shredding. Oops. I think she has had enough of that.
Unfortunately, board has heard our worries and has that board AI. But I think at this point we've passed the threshold where she can heal herself fully with that Cure 4.
Well, that will have been the case, but she did it twice anyway, so... I think she's back at full HP. Oh, this is rough. There's the wall. Yeah. You tend to forget that Fusoya does learn wall. He does learn reflect. He does. Because you think, only white mages learn wall, but no, he just has like every spell in the game, basically. So, nice. Yeah, that should be fine now. Asura is gonna be a non-threat. Really smart of Asura to keep knocking down Kane. Very clever. Meanwhile, in India, grabbing that Murasami, I think it was, from Baron. It's not a key item. It's not required, but it's something. It's gonna make Edge much better. There's the Star Veils.
Yep. Go ahead, pick up those Star Veils, and that Asura is not a problem.
Indeed, like we talked earlier, even if you don't have wall, you can just double Star Veil, and that's gonna put that wall on Asura. It's gonna be real nice. I believe Ini is like really equipped to deal with this challenge now. So both of our racers, sooner rather than later, are gonna be done with the hook route, getting the objective number 1 in no time.
And looks like we are getting both of our berserkers out. E-Ninja has all the tools he needs to go ahead and take on Um, oh, looks like might be remembering that there is a trap chest there in the first. Oh, remembers that Edward has a free item.
It was nothing in this case, but that's a really heads up play from a ninja. I forgot already, and I rolled this and make the flex and everything. But that crystal rating is real nice. And Tybalt is done with Asura, getting underground at like minute 53. But because he did like a million things already.
Yeah, Tybalt clearing out the Bahamut spot, clearing out the last arm chest, clearing out Baron Castle, except for the alt gauntlet because nobody wants to do that.
No, bye, goodbye. No, thank you.
That is Val at the top of tower. Val Valis, of course, one of those bosses that if you're going to see somewhere, that doesn't seem like a terrible place.
I agree. The punches aren't that bad up there. Has some decent HP. That's the issue. But it doesn't have a lot of magic defense. Yeah, as John Brick heard in chat confirming that, just agreeing with me. I think it should be pretty half decent, especially with 2 blink casters and heal casters to cure the petrified status effect. I think it should be a pretty doable fight.
Yeah, and for those who are wondering, well, how would you know if Val Valis has magic defense there? That is something you can find on our Discord. We have all sorts of charts to kind of help you get into the game, find out all the little details about the game. Definitely join the Discord if you want to get into this, if you want to get into a deeper dive. We don't hoard knowledge. If we find something, we share it with everybody.
Yup. So I like that Tybalt is doing this play, going for density of trap chests. Like, I'm here, I'm gonna do all these trap chests. If it drops the Legend Sword, I'm good, I'm done. Well, he's not done, he doesn't know where Weekend is, fair. But if it doesn't drop, I just continue on the chain of the single deep in Fabul and everything. So it's nice.
And we see the Toad Lady and her tiny toads. Taking out the Toad Lady, we're going to take out, well, no, we're not. Tiny toads are kind of obnoxious just because they always cast Toad. And Toad makes it so you don't do a whole lot.
Yeah. Fire Blizzard, our tracker, pointing out that there are hourglasses in the Lunar Shop. That is very nice.
Oh, hey, would you like to replace or get the ultimate edge weapon or edge gear that isn't the adamant armor? Sure, let's do that.
That's real nice. He's just grabbing that chest on the way. I see. That's a really good play too.
Yep. You have to go in a completely different direction to get the other 6 trap chests, so this makes total sense. And knows he's only looking for 1 key item, so might be a little bit hesitant to go through all of those trap chests, especially with whatever the agility situation is.
I'm so torn because I wonder, knowing how Tybalt is, Mr. the Gambler, does he check the Sand Ruby for Cecil when there is only one boss behind the element spot? That's like CPU spot. That's like a complete incognito. So I wonder what if he will take the gamble of checking that, or but most likely he will check that Ruby can't. I mean that Pabu will check first, but you never know with this man.
Nope. And we do see E-Ninja has made it up to the moon. Is checking some of these off-spot checks. Doesn't look like going to check the giant yet, though.
I mean, it's like we were talking about before. Like the giant is like you need to summon the giant. There's a whole cutscene for it. You have to go inside the giant. You have to go deep into the giant to open the last arm chest. It's a whole process. So what we call it a gamble when people checked it early, it really was a gamble. It's so out of the way, and it takes a lot of time to get to just for one small check. And two bosses, but those are really hard.
I'm not going to do math or do counting on stream, but that seemed like an awful high amount of.
Oh,
Oh,
wow. Warrior's
oh,
chest had the lion sword. Well, we are in, as we like to call it, no mode, because we here in the booth and in the audience, we know where go mode is. But it is not go mode. This T-Bolt doesn't know where Rubicante is. Ninja doesn't know where King Queen Emblem and Elements is. Well, and lacks the Sparsa Forge too, of course.
now Tybalt is going to take on these officer soldiers. He is technically in face check mode, but knows that there is a harp that is hiding a boss and
True.
and a package. The Luca key is not technically, well, yes, it is. Never mind. He's got 3 key items he knows he needs to be sure he can check every boss available. He unfortunately doesn't know that it is in the Fabul defense.
G Warp is on, Fusoya definitely no. Oh wait, no, never mind. The boss, not the key item. Oh yeah, you definitely need a Luca key. Never mind.
Yeah, not having the Luca key is actually scarier for Tybalt, but not in this case.
Yeah, like we know where Rubicante is hiding, and he's gonna check it out at some point. Because that is also a boss spot. So I wonder if he's gonna do that right now, or if he's gonna keep diving down for those key items that might hold another possibility for a boss in hiding.
And it looks like Tybalt is going to go ahead and quickly do the tower. At least the tower key boss. He knows what's at the top of tower, so might just be face checking.
He might just be face checking. That's true. I just wonder if he's gonna do like super cannon room and then exit. I know like the meta is a little different because it's the boss and K-Trap, boss hunter and K-Trap. But oh man, I would like jettison myself out of the underground to do Fabul the moment I exit Silk Cave. Tybalt is showing such restraint right now. It's impressive.
Yep.
Meanwhile, in India is heading back for a rematch with Asura. I think even with just 3 characters, I think he might succeed this time with flying colors because of that adamant armor.
Well, and having those star veils.
Oh yeah, the star veils, that's true.
You know that it's sort of free. Well, at least you don't have to worry about your Cure 4s coming out. Mm-hmm. And Tybalt's going to go ahead and forge. Will he get an ultimate edge weapon, or will he get memes?
Mutsunakami will be fantastic because you don't actually need it, because there's no Soramis. But we'll see. If he gets scrap metal, he's definitely gonna toss it, not knowing this guy. There is also the meta objective, which it was there's the Mutsunakami Nice, which is optional because it's not dependent. It's dependent on the randomizer itself, which was to throw an Excalibur and throw the spoon because Edge throws all things. Neither the Excalibur nor the spoon has come out, so doesn't seem likely so far. Might have to change that one for next season. I'll think of something.
Yeah, unfortunately, the the kind Kokol down here not giving us an X-Cal to throw, and there is no telling where that spoon is. It's probably in Sylph Cave somewhere, because it's always in Sylph Cave somewhere.
Yeah, sounds very likely. Is he doing it? Is he grab this, so he's gonna grab that adamant armor? You know, I will have gone around the entire world just to get here, forgetting that, much like ours, the world of Final Fantasy IV is a sphere, and you can go left instead of right.
Yeah, one day I'm going to get a map of the Final Fantasy IV world, and I'm going to put it above my computer because I know
yeah,
exactly how to get everywhere one way.
I know, but it's like I imagine the map in like a square, or rather, a rectangle. So, to get from bottom left to bottom right, I have to go a whole diagonal instead of going around the world. But let's get a globe of the world of Final Fantasy IV, and it'll be in Web Mercator projection. That's a joke for like all four of you that get that.
Well, see, I would like the little map in the corner like you have in Final Fantasy VI.
Thank you, Neovati, for getting that. Thank you, Scott. So Ninja is done with Asura and goes underground at 1 hour 3 minutes. Good work, Ninja. That was honestly a very tough situation. Asura at Rubicante is always a pain. So very well done. And here's Tybalt's big break.
Tybalt finding this Rubicante. After this fight, Tybalt will have finished the seed.
Yep.
Because this is O-win gain.
And well, he did it. Objective complete. Congratulations, GG's Tybalt. He's done with a time of 1 hour 4 minutes 33 seconds. I believe he will join us for an interview shortly.
Yep, GG's to Tybalt, and he is our first place finisher. And we are joined by Tybalt. GG's to you, sir.
GG's Tybalt, the Gambler. Wow, nice work, Tybalt, the Gambler. Your mic might be muted.
We're just having minor technical difficulties. Meanwhile, eNinja is checking the Dwarf Castle.
Yeah. Oh, there you are.
There we go.
Tybalt, the Gambler, doing the gambles.
GG's.
So, why don't you tell us about your route through that seed?
Please.
Well, I mean, you got Edge. Why not go fast, right? Give him some assassin daggers, and he can just outspeed the world.
I mean, yeah, like the idea of the fast boy Edge holding 2 assassin daggers is just so funny to me as a default. It's just like a big joke. I don't know why. He's like obscenely fast.
Right, and you get a crystal ring. It's like, okay, cool. I got the glass hats. Okay, he's great. He's got great defense, and he's super fast. Let's go. 70
agility. Who cares? Let's go.
And I know that with the way that the randomizer runs, the hairdryer chest and the last arm chest are going to have somewhat higher value than Sylph. So I'm like, okay, so I'll do those, and I put the Star Veil on Edge just in case he got magnet. It would reflect back. I had the Bacchus wine. I was fine.
Well, and then you get that Earth Crystal, which is probably the most value anyone's ever gotten out of an Earth Crystal.
I mean, you get the Earth Crystal on the last arm. This guy goes to the moon, and then he clears the moon and goes to the giant at like minute 30 something, when that's like the last check anyone will ever do. I was laughing in the booth. I'll have to let you know.
Hey, I've been burned before by last arm having something you need, so I'm like, I'm gonna do it. I don't care. hey, it's Earth Crystal. That's 2 bosses. I get to see if Dwarf is going to be something valuable, and hey, yeah, I'm just going to go to Dwarf. And it paid out with, boss and key item.
It was like double required. I can't believe this.
So I do extra points for actually, darting the Supersmith weapon since I never found an Excal or the spoon. Which is why I decided to check Sheila before doing football, just in case, Ruby was sitting there and I was really going to be aggravated with myself.
If I wasn't a real, like a real of like a hard line on the rules for this club, I will definitely like just like you get it, yeah, whatever. But no, I'm playing by the rules.
Okay,
but yeah,
fine.
Sorry.
I don't even know that we've seen that spoon yet. I'm thinking it's got to be in Sylph Cave somewhere.
It's in Sylph right there. It's the centipede chest.
Of course it is. Everything's in Sylph Cave.
Oh, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I rolled another funny joke as it goes.
yeah, required giant. Thanks.
Required giant in like wing. It's just it's the little things in life, you know what I mean, Tybalt?
Yeah, if it would have been vanilla giant, it would have been even better.
I don't know. I guess Edge does go into the giant, huh? I mean, I didn't want the situation of, last arm is double, triple, quadruple, quintuple required, and whoops, vanilla giant is on. Whoops, who's gonna go there? No one is. You know what I mean?
I would. I'm gonna do the gambit. Like, I'm the gambler. I gotta gamble on it.
I mean, you would, but you're special. You're a Tybalt the gambler. Anyways, that was great. Just phenomenal plays, Tybalt. You crushed it, honestly. Good job.
Yeah, you play win game completely different than you do when you have to fight Z.
Yeah, I've noticed. It's a really interesting meta change.
At that point, you're really not caring about your levels, your anchoring. You just want to get to the fights as fast as possible.
Absolutely. And you don't care what your agility ends up at. I don't care if I've got like 75 agility on my anchor. Let's go.
Right? Yeah, other than that, I always enjoy this club. It's a lot of fun. I always get to have each character kind of specialized. Can't wait to. Hopefully, we'll see if I get to pick one the next one or not. With the whole meta objective, if somebody else completed it or not.
Mm-hmm. Guess we'll see. So, GG's Tybalt, phenomenal work. I hope we'll see you on the next one.
Oh, definitely. And then after I'm done with the interview, I'm going to go do Twin Harp since chat wants to probably hear the good old music.
You mean I'm not allowed to talk through music?
Yeah. So, thanks again for the restream. It's always great to have you. But we put on the show, but we couldn't do it without y'all. Doing the commentating, the tracking, and everybody would kind of be lost if we didn't have you. Thanks to Neobari for the restream and Fiery Blizzard for tracking.
Well, thank you for letting us go ahead and restream you. That was a pleasure to watch. And y'all are doing the hard part. Me and Alchemy are just here talking about world maps and gambles.
All right. GG, have a good one. I'll leave you all off with the music.
And that was our first place finisher, Tybalt, who forgot he parked his whale at the in the driest spot.
Classic.
But we will go ahead and we'll go ahead and be quiet through the music. And that is Thousand Suns, the Dynasty Warriors 7 mix from Dynasty Warriors 8.
Yeah, that's a little weird, huh? There is a reason for that. I love the song. I was the one that requested to see okay. I was like banging my head. So is that how you say it in English? No, you bang your head against something, don't you?
And we did have a second place finisher off stream. We had Possum Morpheus, who finished in second place with a time of 1 hour, 10 minutes, and 7 seconds. GG's to him.
Yeah, headbanging is a thing. Thank you, Tracker Fire Blizzard. Meanwhile, Ninja is going ahead, going through the checklist. He's checking it twice, and defeating the Feymarch, who, which could have some of the required key items. Now, I mean, we know that Last Arm has the key to this seed pretty much, but even then, there's a lot of places where Elements and King Queen Emblem, which is at least cave, could be hiding, and as well as the two pieces of the forge.
Definitely. This is a more standard play. As Tybalt said in his interview, not a ton of people are going to go check that Last Arm chest. It is so out of the way, and probably the least dense spot you could find a key item.
Yeah, I think that will qualify as one of the least dense ones. Yeah, good thinking. Just a moon veil. I don't think that's going to be very useful. Yeah, Warrior's Chest is also required, which is down here in the Feymarch.
Yep, Warrior's Chest, I believe, had the Legend Sword, so we'll definitely want to check that one. Looks like E-Ninja is going to go ahead and take on that Octomam. That Moonveil actually makes that Octomam free. Moonveil, of course, one of those Japanese items that we didn't get that casts a wall on the runner, just like a Star Veil, and casts, I'm not exactly sure what, it's basically blink, but it's never going away blink.
It's in code, it's called Barrier for some reason.
Yep, it works a lot like Vanish from Final Fantasy VI, and you cannot be hit by any physical attacks, except it doesn't go away for if you get hit by a magic attack.
Yeah, and like you said, it just puts an even longer lasting wall and reflect than Starveil. It lasts like 20 or 25 ticks more, or 30. It's way longer too. So just like, I'm basically almost invincible. It's a tier, I believe it's still like tier 7, right? Or tier 6. It's pretty much one of the best usable items in the game, if not the best. Octomammoth in his spot, in the Asura spot, not gonna be much of a problem. Being able to be slowed down with ease, especially with a Cecil, with what I believe is an Avenger that Ninja got from Dwarf Castle, which was where Cecil also was. You get Cecil from Dwarf Castle, and you also get an exit on the way, an Avenger on the way out. Just like, perfect. Thank you very much. Bye, Giot. You're the best.
Yeah, it's basically a Cecil starting kit, except it's not quite a Excalibur or Crystal Sword.
Oh, speaking of, wow.
Okay, now Cecil go burr.
And now the best part is that you can give the Avenger to Kain, so Kain can also attack real good and real fast.
Forget that cane. I'm keeping that Avenger and doing the Avenger glitch every time.
Now, where is the ninja gonna go next? Oh, I wonder if he's forgotten about the warrior's chest or if he's focusing on key item checks.
He might have forgotten. Let's see where he goes from here. Looks like he is getting in the airship and heading to Sylph Cave.
Now he has the pan in hand, so this makes a lot of sense. I do wonder if Ninja is gonna go the route of, I have Avenger King, which is for Cecil. I can just open a treasure chest and like demolish whatever is inside of it. I wonder if he's like just in key item mode, like key item spot mode, or if he's gonna like clear more trap chests from the Sylph Cave. And he ignored the trap chest and he's going down to the pit, so that makes sense.
And he may have forgotten that trap chests are on, which I've totally done in races and in my own. Because so many of our races do not feature K-Trap, you get into this mindset and then you forget things like K-Trap or that Edward has your free item and that it's required.
Yeah, and even though he did some trap chest at Avalon Castle that had some key items, it's rather easy to, especially with the Asura, that was like a bit of a wall there at the Ruby Counter spot. Like, you get like laser focused, I think it's called like tunnel vision or something. You focus too much in one thing and you may forget if some flags are even on. So it's possible that's the case, but we'll see what choices he makes. Oh, he did open that one. If this is a key item, he indicates he might have forgotten, which is not, maybe he hasn't. This might remind him. I mean, one other reason, he already has a crystal sword. Full moon, nice. Oh yeah, I don't think he has forgotten, or she's searching for something either.
Might be searching for that Excal for the meta objective.
That's a fair point.
But I know that one of these does have a key item in it. I just don't know which one because all the rooms look the same.
Yeah, that they do. I forget about this place. I've watched and played this game so many times, but I still get the layout wrong. I'm like, oh, I went right instead of going left. Oops.
My husband has asked me before, how do you know how to do this? Get down without even just so easily. And I'm like, well, as soon as I start thinking about it, I can't get down the lunar subterrane or up the tower. But muscle memory gets me there.
Trust your fingers; they'll get you there. Don't trust the goblin in your brain. Don't trust that one.
But this is the last trap chest. I do believe this must be the one that has, I believe it was the package.
Yep, there it is.
So if he had perchance forgotten, that is a great reminder of, hey, I need to be looking at trap chests.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, I think we've all forgotten a very important flag at least once in our career, our FE career.
For sure, I know, I sure have. And most players have, for sure. I would say everyone at some point.
I think my favorite was after the tournament that had E Can't Run.
Oh,
The number
season
of people,
three.
the number of people that ran from from their D machine grinds after that.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember after the summer of CC3. Oh yeah, I remember that very much. Now that you're mentioning it. Gosh, that's funny to think about. Forget about that. I mean, it's funny now. It wasn't funny when it happened back then.
Yep, it's it it hurts at the time, but I think everybody can go back and laugh because
Yeah,
again, this is just a fun game. Everybody here is so great, so kind, and we're all just trying to help each other get better, have fun with friends, and everybody here is just the friendliest, the kindest. This is just a great community in general.
talking about community. Hey, did you know that here and in Free Enterprise 2, our second channel, we have community races every Monday and Friday? And guess what? If you have an idea for a super cool flag set that it's playable and watchable. By playable and watchable, I mean that it's gonna take around 2 hours, like under 2 hours, if possible. That it's not like obscenely, like an unbeatable seed. So, that we do have a submission box that you can check out, and just please go ahead. It should be in the Discord. I can grab a link and put it in chat real quick. It's we accept flag set ideas for the community races. We adore the creativity that people in the community have. Like you can do a lot of things with this game. Like for example, I made this complete nonsense flag set where you do trap chests and finish the game early. So go ahead and do that. No,
I
you
am
cannot submit lead 3 flags for community raids. Fire Blizzard, I am calling you out right now. You cannot do that.
I am looking for the submission form right now.
In India, having cleared Valvales, it wasn't a challenge like we mentioned, especially with this party. And he got those Zeus gauntlets. And it will seem like E-Ninja has decided to forfeit from the race. GG's E-Ninja. That is totally cool. We've got places to be, things to do. And if something ever stops being fun for you, you just stop playing. That's totally fine. I've done it like in every single tournament I've done. The moment I could see the seed play out in my head. I have this thing, where I see the seed play out in my head, the rest of the seed. I just go, oh, so that's gonna happen. Okay, cool. The puzzle's over. I'm done. I lost already. I just what's just whatever. It's zero shame. There's no shame in that.
My number one rule for every runner is if you're not having fun, don't play the game. Because life is too short to do things that are not fun when you're trying to have fun.
Absolutely. In India will be joining us in a minute. So, like even sometimes with like games you like, it's like you slammed your head against a really difficult boss, or sometimes, let's be real here, game design leaves something to be desired even in games you really enjoy. And it's like, oof, I need a break, So you take a break. This is the same, but because it is a race, you can just, take a break. So you forfeit, and it's totally cool. It's super fine.
But while we're waiting for eNinja, I do want to go ahead and shout out our behind the scenes team. We do have Fiery Blizzard on the tracking, and we have Neobari on the restreaming side. They are the ones doing the hardest work. And of course, my co-com's Alchemy, who is also our creator of this community club. Such a wonderful member of the community, and just does so much to find fun ways to make these flag sets enjoyable and new.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that. You know, like Alisal, like normally people will call them. Oh, never mind. It seems we're joined by Ninja. Hey, hello there, Ninja. GG's.
GG's there, buddy.
That seed had jokes. Let me tell you. That seed had jokes. It's a completely understandable forfeit. Like, let me tell you, that seed had jokes. Completely makes sense to me.
Do I want to know where the elements or king queen were?
Okay, King Queen was in Mazed, which was fine because you would have found that anyways. But Elements was at the top of Tower of Sod. That was whose Earth Crystal was in the last arm chest. It was nonsense. It was complete nonsense.
The Earth Crystal in the last arm chest?
Yeah, that would require last arm. Yeah, I don't blame you, honestly. Like, it's okay.
Yeah, and I don't know where either parts of Forge were because I never found either one.
They were in like trap chests, I think, like somewhere. I forget.
So one was from Zod. The adamant rock was from Zod, and the warrior's chest had the legend sword.
It was triple required. Are you kidding me? Oh god. Wait, no, double required. It's still sorry. Yeah, it was.
Flamo had one of the parts, huh?
Yeah, last arm was double required because it had elements and like adamant armor. Yeah, half a forge. It was terrible. It was terrible. We were laughing really hard in the booth when we saw that. It was. So
yeah,
no worries for the forfeit. It's totally understandable. It is after all a scavenger seed, and the moment the seed stops being fun for you, so like whatever, it's fine.
Yeah, I understand.
That Asura fight was a little challenging, and honestly, a lot of people tend to bash their heads against a wall over and over, and they get like really frustrated. But you just took a step back and went like, okay, I have the pink tail, I can go grab some Starvels, and you did just that, and then you came back and like, bash Asura's head in, and I think that was like really commendable. That was good.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you have any last minute thoughts you want to share on that seed or on the flag set itself?
It was interesting. I want to thank, Alchemy, Alze for, I'm guessing you two are in comms. Pirate Blizzard was probably tracking, and the Obari for the restream.
Yep.
Well, thank you.
Correct. And thank you, yeah.
Well,
and thank you very much for just like joining my club and running this stage and stuff and being on restream. I really appreciate it. But like from a personal level.
Yeah, not a problem. Well, I hope everybody has a good day.
You too, Ninja.
Yep.
I'm gonna
Thank
go
you so
relax.
much, you too.
Okay, bye.
Take care. Okay, the restream is getting to a close, but it is not over. It is never over because Free Enterprise community loves to play Free Enterprise. What a shock! So we are gonna be rating community member Baka Shinobi, who is doing some, asynchronous race, some asyncs.
Yep, Baka is a huge, has been in the community forever, much longer than I have.
Forever.
And just a great member. But real quick, again, want to shout out eNinja and Tybalt on our as our runners today, and the team. If you ever want to join the Restream team, just in the Discord, we have a place where you can join. And yeah, come be in the booth with us. But I was Alisel, and I was joined by Alchemy, and we hope you have a wonderful afternoon.
Take care, everyone.